Alrighty, YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video here. So, instant reaction to the 49ers drafting Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver out of Florida, with their 31st overall pick. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure like a lot of other Niner fans, pretty shocked, pretty surprised that they took him as early as they did. A lot of people had him as a second-round grade, and I do think that Ricky Pearsall would have been a very early second-round pick. Don't know how many people, if any at all, had him going in the first round. But here's the thing with Ricky Pearsall: the 49ers like their wide receivers to be very, very physical for one, athletic of course. And what I mean by physical is the blocking. I think with a lot of the 49ers wide receivers, a lot like Brandon Ayuk and Debo, they are very, very good run blockers. And when you have an offense like the 49ers where you're running the shit out of the football, you want wide receivers that have the ability to block at a very high level. And Ricky Pearsall does that. He's got great hands. He's a phenomenal route runner. He is a Kyle Shanahan type wide receiver. So in that regard, I do understand why you take him. I just think, in my respective opinion, for one, I didn't expect him to go as high as the 31st overall pick. But I also believe that the Niners could have grabbed a guy like, Kool-Aid McKinstry at 31, Cooper DeJean, the corner out of Iowa. I was pretty surprised that he wasn't a first-round pick. So, a bit of a surprise. I do understand the move for sure. I mean, for some quick context here, Jauan Jennings is on a one-year deal. They tendered him a couple months ago, so he's only on a one-year deal. His future kind of is a little in doubt with the 49ers. Obviously, Jauan Jennings is a phenomenal player and has been ever since he was taken by the 49ers just a few years ago. And he had a phenomenal Super Bowl performance and the whole nine yards. So, Jauan Jennings on a one-year deal. His future is up in the air in terms of what is going to happen with him after next year. You have Debo Samuel, who has currently 2 years remaining on his contract. And then obviously Brandon Ayuk has 1 year remaining on his contract, or he is in the final year of his contract. Now with Brandon Ayuk, obviously, a lot of people thought, that he was going to be traded and whatnot. The 49ers, I would be shocked if they trade him. I don't see them trading him or Debo. I seen a report late last night that said something along the lines of the 49ers are more likely to be trading Debo Samuel than Brandon Ayuk. That's all bogus to me. I think if they were going to trade any of them, it would have been during the draft last night. I just don't see them going anywhere. I think it's all a smokescreen. I think it's all false reports. It's one of those things where the 49ers have the ability to pay Brandon Ayuk. And I think they will. I mean, obviously, A.J. Brown got extended yesterday, and Amon-Ra St. Brown got extended. So, Ayuk's price tag is pretty high, but the 49ers still have the ability to sign him. Now, in terms of what may happen after next year, it almost seems like this could be the 49ers' last hurrah to get to a Super Bowl and to win the Super Bowl. So, obviously, we'll see what happens with Ayuk and whatnot. They obviously have said numerous amount of times that they are going to prioritize his contract extension talks following the draft. So I would imagine they have to sign Brandon Ayuk very soon. I don't want this thing to keep being drawn out like it was with Nick Bosa last year and Debo Samuel a couple years prior. But yeah, again, I don't see Brandon Ayuk or Debo going anywhere. I think it's all smokescreen. I think it's false reports. I'd be pretty shocked if they traded either of those guys. I think an extension for Brandon Ayuk will eventually come about. And I think, the roster could look a lot different next year. But this year, I think they keep both Debo. I think they keep Ayuk. And again, the Ricky Pearsall draft pick, I thought they could have went somewhere else position-wise at 31. I understand the move. At first I didn't, but after kind of thinking about it, I do understand it. He's a phenomenal athlete. And he literally fits the you know, what's the word I'm trying to look for? He fits the description of a 49ers wide receiver. So it's easy to see why the Niners picked him with their 31st overall pick. So Ricky Pearsall to the Niners. Don't, you know, I like the pick and I understand the pick. I just feel like we could have went in another direction at 31 overall, but we'll see what happens, obviously, within, you know, day 2 of the draft and round 3, round 4, so on and so forth. So let me know what you guys think of the Ricky Pearsall pick in the comments down below. And with that being said, as always, go Niners. I'll see you guys in the next one.